Hello and welcome to Trains in Viatic, and I'm actually back working on my little shunting 009 layout, which is called Welsh Rabbit. As you can see, it's still in the same state as when I operated it last, but after the titles there's a few little jobs I want to get done, mainly down at this end. I want to get these soldered. Then we might even get the first train tested on the track, but that's most probably not going to happen. So let's start the titles. So just here we've got some baseboard edge joiners I've bought, and the first thing I need to do is to just solder this down. So to do this I'll be using my my soldering iron I bought from DCC Concept. It's the Aiton ST80. So what the plan is to put some flats on these after I have cleaned everything out. Then solder from this side and solder from that side. So the bits I need for this project is thing to clean the tip of my soldering iron, solder, and DCC Concept flats. This should be a pretty easy little project. One thing I do have for my soldering iron is, if I can get it out, is different size nibs. So you'll find different projects need different size nibs. I also have a solvent cleaner and IPA to clean up after myself. So the final thing I need is the one bit I always lose, is a little brush. So this is my soldering iron. You've got several different settings. You can change the heat up and down. You can store your preferred setting, as sometimes you might need lower heat, sometimes you need higher heat. It has a nice on-off switch. This is showing the current temperature of the soldering iron. And this is for flux. So what I'm going to do is put some in for cap and use this little brush. If you're looking for a good soldering iron, I can strongly recommend this one. It is a little bit pricey, but it does do an amazing job. And I can also highly recommend a trip down to Settle to talk to the lovely people at DCC Concept. They're the people who sold me this soldering iron. They provide me some really good information, and they're just good for the hobby. So I'm putting for flux on both the track and the pick-up things. So if I move us over a bit, you can see what I'm up to. So first thing I'm going to do is just put a little bit of solder down onto the pad. Do it on both sides. And now it means that when I put this down, it just seats itself straight down. So I can now just add a little bit on the outside of both rails. And make sure not to do what I've done there, which is get some solder on the top of the track. So final bit to do there, it's really easy. Just quickly test your wagon. Then a bit of proper maintenance, give the tip a nice clean. I can see that that's just connecting at one place, so I'm just going to heat this up for a second and let that to set. Then take the soldering iron and just run that down on the inside. You don't want too much solder on the inside of the rail, as that wrap up the reel runs. But that's going really nicely. So again, just clean off the soldering iron and turn it off. So this is the next job I have to do. Point motors. I am going surface mounted, as what I decided to do. So these are Pico PL11s. I've used them for forever. And really easy. So they do come with some mounting plastic and this to raise things up. But all I need to do, because I planned for this, is to plonk it on the layout. Like so. Then I'm going to get a little bit of glue. Now that I know that it fits, and just put a little bit of glue on for underneath like so. So again, line everything up. I realise that it's not quite this isn't wanting to work on that side, so we'll do it the other way round. So, found out my problem I'm having. So this actually go between the gaps much closer than I thought. So that just goes like so. And then it's tricky trying to install a track pin and not get in the way of the camera. So using a pair of pliers like this, put your track pin in. So one problem I'm having is the pin alignment pins aren't aligning well. So I've got the two alignment pins in there, then go and get a countersink. And then just check that the points still work, which it does, and then repeat and repeat. And I just need to put little holes at the end of point motors to install the cables. So 2 little jobs done on the layout today. So I'm pleased with that, and I'll see you all on Wednesday. Wednesday will be a live stream working on this model, 8 o'clock UK time, with Biscuit of the Week. Then Saturday, for me, it should be for Pontefract show. So I'll see you all then. Thank you very much, Richard.